Before we finish, you know, you know all these people, you talked to them. Could this happen again?
Very easily. Now, this was unorchestrated, right? If this was orchestrated, right, places like Selfridges, this is an affluent shop, right? Some of the watches, I've worked there, right? Some of these watches worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. So if it was orchestrated, they were the shops that would have gone first. Now, the police are talking about cutting numbers. The police couldn't maintain that many people. So if it was orchestrated and more people came, the police couldn't do anything about it.
But could it happen again?
Very easily.
It could, but there was...
How's everyone doing, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, at the beginning of the video, you see a clip of me on BBC Newsnight back in 2011 talking about the London riots on the back of the shooting of Mark Duggan at the hands of Metropolitan Police. My thoughts and prayers are still with Mark Duggan's family and stuff. Keep up the fight. No justice, no peace, and justice for Mark Duggan, 100%. And I stated 6 years ago, I said, look, as you can hear from the video, I said, look, the police are cutting numbers, and if it happened again, more riots, like another incident where the police brutality and police racism that leads to the death of another black man at the hands of the police, that with fewer police on the streets, that they'd be overrun and they'd be outnumbered. And like I said, they couldn't stop that many people in 2011. So with 20,000 less police officers on the street, yeah, we saw on the streets of Dalston last night, on the back of the well, I can say murder, of Rashan Charles and stuff. And like I say, my thoughts and my prayers are with Rashan Charles, his family and his friends at this difficult time and stuff. Now, like I say, I said 6 years ago that there was going to be more riots, and like I said, if it was orchestrated and more people came, that there would be widespread disorder. Now, last night wasn't the full scale of it. I believe it's going to be, I think it's going to grow and grow, and I think more people will turn up and it'll gather momentum. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but the simple fact is, people are sick to death of police brutality, police racism, and racial profiling by the Metropolitan Police and police throughout the United Kingdom, to be honest. Birmingham, Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, everywhere. Like I say, with fewer police on the streets, guys, the streets are very lawless. Community police stations are closing down on a weekly basis. Places are going unpoliced, and the youths are becoming more feral, more organised stuff. You've got postcode gangs, you've got criminal gangs, you've got organised crime, you've got organised gangs. You've got just acid attacks are on the rise, firearms incidents are on the rise, knife crimes on the rise. Crime rates across the board are soaring, and the police are powerless to stop it. It's a green light for criminals to commit crimes across the board. Now, I've reviewed the Rashan Charles, God bless him, may rest in peace. I've gone over the footage quite a few times now, right? Now, I used to be involved in the drug world, for those that don't know, right? And it's well documented and well known that if you've got an illegal substance on, you're not saying that Rashan Charles did, because I don't know that for a fact, but I'm saying it's well known that if you are in the drug world and you operate in the drug world, if you get caught by an officer or you get stopped by the police, you've got a bottle of water and you've got your deals into like small, like individual bags, yeah, whether it's a £10, £20 bag, right? Talking like Class A's here, right? And you just neck your water, you throw them on your mouth, and you swallow it, right? Get rid of the evidence and stuff. Now, I don't know if that's happened with Rashan Charles. I'm not too sure, but it appears from the video that he was trying to swallow something to get it obviously away from the police, which that's what the criminals do if he is indeed a criminal. And then what has happened is the copper, the talk that he had, and that he had him in a chokehold, right? Now, it's a dangerous, really dangerous position that he had him in. He was locked. It looked like he was bent. He had it locked under the chin. In the MMA world, it's known as a rear naked choke, right? And it looked locked in. And then you see the officer's body twisting around, and the torque that he was putting on Rashan Charles's neck was like too much, to be honest. I mean, there's a difference between trying to stop somebody swallowing something, right, and actually choking them out. And like I say, the only thing I can think of is why he's died, Rashan Charles, God bless him, may rest in peace, is because what's happened is if he's tried to swallow these drugs, which is alleged by the media and stuff, that as it's gone into his windpipe and into his esophagus, as he's trying to swallow it, when at that point, because of the police officers choking him out, at that point he's lost consciousness. So obviously, if you've not lost consciousness, you're not able to gulp, to swallow, right? So that's the thing. So I think it's going to be asphyxiation. But like I say, the police have definitely contributed to his death. That is blatantly obvious. If that copper wouldn't have gone down if he would have gone for his arm or a wrist lock or something like that and taken him down, control and restraint training that they're given, that would have detained him, right? But the officer went a lot further, and like I say, another black man has died at the hands of the police and stuff. We had a guy up here in Manchester that was shot dead by the armed police, a guy called Anthony Granger. God bless Anthony Granger, God bless him, may he rest in peace. His family is still fighting for justice and stuff, and the inquest came out and everything. I was in prison with his brother, actually. His brother landed at Cat B Forest Bank after being messed around and jumped from prison to prison. He was victimised because of who his brother was and stuff. He was a really good kid and everything. I took his bags down to the main when he got moved down to the main and stuff. You've got, like, look at Mark Duggan again. God bless Mark Duggan, may he rest in peace. It's been 6 years since the death of Mark Duggan, and the fight just still goes on. The IPCC guys, right, the Independent Police Complaints Commission, who are supposed to be independent, right, are not independent at all. It's former police officers investigating current police on corruption and police brutality and racism and everything else. And guys, all they are really is a big brush for the police, and they just sweep it under the carpet. And I'm sick of seeing it, to be honest. Like I say, with fewer police on the streets, guys, right, the streets are lawless, and it's there for the people to take over if that's the course of action they want to take and stuff. Like I say, I don't know the background of Rashan Charles, and I'm not, like I say, you can only, the media are saying X, Y, and Z, but just because something's in the paper doesn't mean it's true. But the CCTV, it doesn't lie. It shows cold, hard facts. And what I saw was a police officer. Now, when they do control and restraint training, right, just before I go into that, right, the control and restraint training, right, it is illegal to put someone in a chokehold. It's a very, very dangerous thing. And the way that he wasn't trying to stop it. He literally was trying to stop him to stop his windpipe, right, to stop him breathing, so that he could get this, to retrieve this article, whatever it is. And like I say, in doing so, if he swallowed it, if Rashan Charles has swallowed it, right, and it's then he's been choked out at the point he's lost consciousness. If that package is still in his throat, that's obviously that's attributed to his death. And like I say, I'm critical of the police and stuff. The police are bullies. Police are racist. The police stitch people up. The police are riddled with corruption and stuff like that. People are slowly waking up to see this. I actually did an interview last night with LBC Radio where they're saying, "Oh, we're looking to routinely arm officers." Dangerous precedent to set. If you give police if you give all police firearms, you're going to be bloodshed on the streets, guys. Police are trigger happy. They're thugs, guys. They are hired thugs, right? And and you know what the thing is, right? They're untouchable as well, right? Any sort of corruption, they sweep it under the carpet and stuff like that. Now, this is the thing, that this Rashan Charles, another black man, has died at the hands of the police. Now, do you know what? And the people are sick of it. Now, like I say, we don't want these like riots to escalate and to overtake, like, because it'll darken Rashan Charles's name when he going forward and stuff. And like I say, but the simple fact is that people are angry. People are sick of, people read about police corruption. They see that there's fewer police on the streets. They see that there's 20,000 police off the streets and stuff. They see community police stations closing down. They see crime rates soaring across the board in every different crime, across the spectrum of crime, right? And the people are like, you know what? They're there for the taking. If there was another riot, right, like there was in 2011, and I said it on Newsnight, as you see at the beginning of the video, I stated, right, this was unorganised. If it was organised and more people came, right, there's nothing the police could do about it. And the police are talking about cutting numbers. I foresee it, guys. I foresaw it 6 years ago, right? And they said, could it happen again? I said, yes, very easily. Like I said, all you need is one more death at the hands of the police. People to come together, communities to come together and think, you know what, no more death on our streets, right? You know what I mean? And like I say, it's just a shocking state of affairs, to be honest. I mean, like I say, I can't reiterate it enough. My thoughts and my prayers go out to Rashan Charles' family. I was watching it all unfold last night on social media about Dalston and stuff and the riots and everything. What do you expect? What's happening, right? You've got people in the NHS, they're like carrying out strike action, they're balloting and stuff, right? You've got prison officers that want to ballot, but that's been deemed illegal in the High Court and they're not allowed to do so by the Ministry of Justice. You've got like people are angry at the police, people are angry at the government. You've got the back of what the incident at Grenfell Tower, God bless the victims, may they rest in peace. People are sick of the injustice and the corruption that's rife within the government, that's rife within the police, and that's rife within the establishment. The whole temple of government and the police and the courts and the CPS and the councils, the whole temple is diseased and corrupt, guys, right? And like I say, people have had enough, right? People, I don't know, it's taken I can't believe it's taken 6 years to get to this stage where there's actually civil disorder, and I think the disorder is going to get bigger, to be honest. All you need is some like-minded people to come together, balaclavas, hoods and gloves, guys, right? And they're going to go at the police and stuff like that. And like I say, they want to put what they tried to do, the police tried to bridge the gap by putting PCSOs on the streets. Now, guys, the PCSOs, right, are useless. Plastic policemen, as they call them. They get routinely swore at, they get attacked, and they get laughed at on the streets of Manchester, here where I'm from. Right? They've got the same powers of arrest as you and I, guys. How can you take them serious? Honestly, how can you take them serious in any way, shape, or form? You can't, guys. Like you say, the disorder that took place last night, I think it's gonna reignite today, possibly, if not later tonight. The thing is, like I say, they're not doing it. Like, the family of Rashan Charles will probably be condemning it, but like I say, I can't speak for his family, can I? But like I say, it's about Rashan Charles and stuff. It's not about the riots and the disorder. It's the police. The police have got a lot to answer for. This Cressida Dick came in as I think she's a chief superintendent of the Metropolitan Police and stuff. And do you know what? She's making all these promises and stuff. And the simple fact is, acid attacks are up, gun crimes up, knife crimes up. The police have shot more people. The figures were released. The police have shot more people in the last year than they have in the whole of the highest figures for 12 years, guys, right? And there is definitely a problem between the police and racism towards black youths, black men and women, right? And it's wrong. We live in 2017. You're not going back to the old slave days and stuff like that. It's disgusting. We're all equal, man. And I think it's disgusting the way that the black men and women of this country get treated. Ethnic minorities, guys, like I say, we're living in a diverse country and stuff, and we should be welcoming all these different religions and different races and stuff. There's only one race, though. Stuff all this white, black, Indian, Pakistani, Sikh, Hindu, all this sort of stuff, right? There's one race, guys, the human race, and we're all part of it. Racist behaviour is learned. Anything you can learn, you can unlearn, right? Like I say, we need to come together and plug together, but violence is not the answer. But like I say, sometimes you need something bad to happen for something good to come of it. Like I say, austerity, poverty, corruption within the government and stuff, MPs like fiddling expenses and things like that. People have had enough, guys. Poverty, Aristotle said that poverty is the parent of crime and revolution. And it's as true today as it was back then. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it on this note. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.